Okay, everyone, great to see you again here. In the second video, I would like to talk about something else. I would like to talk about culture. And this understanding of culture is important for us in this course. Why is it so? You will find out soon. So, when we talk about what we discussed earlier was that popular literature is best described as the opposite of literary fiction. Okay, that's one. However, it is not right to say that popular literature is not as important as literary fiction. The fact is, people enjoy popular literature, and people also critically discuss popular literature. People look at popular literature from critical perspectives, with theories from various fields, ranging from philosophy, psychology, and many others, biology, and so on. Basically, popular literature is worth examining as much as serious literature is discussed and enjoyed and critically studied. Why is it so? It's because basically popular literature is also literature, except that it is more enjoyed by people and it is mainly used for entertainment. Now, this way of looking at popular literature, which is different from previously, is made possible by the shifting paradigm of how we describe culture. Now, to get a better description or of what it is, to get a better picture of this difference, let me now guide you through this presentation. Okay, in the past, literature was mostly considered as great things, the grandeur. And we can find this in definition of literature by people like Matthew Arnold. For Matthew Arnold, culture is the top achievement of a civilization. In one civilization, for example, the highest achievement, probably a painting, a drama, a literary work, these are considered culture, and only these can be considered culture. Okay, only greatest achievement. In Indonesian, we might call them as sesuatu yang adiluhung. Only sesuatu yang adiluhung can be considered culture from the perspective of Matthew Arnold. And we can find this in Matthew Arnold's works, in which he describes culture as something that brings human beings closer to God. So when somebody creates a work of culture, an art, it's not just for exploration, just for it's not just for learning for the sake of learning. It's to gain perfection. And to gain perfection means getting closer to God. So culture is inseparable from spirituality, if you see it from the perspective of Matthew Arnold here. Now, as you know, time change, people's way of seeing culture also evolved. One of the landmarks in the evolution of our definition of culture is what we can find in the work of this person called Raymond Williams. According to Raymond Williams, culture doesn't have to refer to the greatest achievements of a civilization. It can also refer to general things that people do on a daily basis, that people practice routinely. It is also culture. So, according to Raymond Williams, culture is not only about great paintings, but it can also be about graffitis you can find on the wall. It is not only about the performance of wayang kulit, for example, but it can also refer to the performance of bantengan or other types of folk culture. And these are all culture. Basically, anything that people do on regularly or routinely, they can be considered culture. Including during the pandemic, we have budaya bersepeda, the culture of biking. So that's also considered culture from Raymond Williams' perspective. Culture is ordinary. That's what Raymond Williams says. If you want to go further with this, I can give you the link to the article, to the essay where Raymond Williams talks about this. Now, after seeing the culture from the perspective of, for example, Matthew Arnold, and the definition of culture from the perspective of Raymond Williams, what we have today is another thing, which is called mass culture. Mass culture is a work of culture, a work of art, and a work of entertainment that people produce in mass quantities. And the production of culture in mass quantities can include using electronic media such as television or movies, or even using the internet. Basically, mass culture refers to a work of culture that can be found in abundance around us with the help of the industry, of course, with mass production. And we have various discussions about how the meaning or the value of literary works might, of cultural works might change with mass reproduction, but it doesn't matter. Still, they are all considered culture or mass culture. And another term for mass culture is popular culture, which I'm using Oxford Living Dictionary here as a means to describe it. It's culture based on the taste of ordinary people, not the taste of educated people who are elite to the society. So here it is more in tune with Raymond Williams's definition of culture as ordinary. Now, this second one, or this popular culture, is what we can associate strongly with popular literature or genre fiction. Genre fiction is a work of literature that is more attuned to the taste of the public. It's more attuned to the interest of people in general. And popular literature is part of popular culture in that sense. And since our way of seeing culture has changed, so is our way of appreciating culture, and in this case, literature. So not only literary works which are serious or artistic or literary can be studied critically. The literature that is popular, that is for entertainment, can also be studied critically because they are part of human's life. If you study literary works which are artistic and literary, you can find, for example, the beauty, observation of life, and about the expressions of certain artists. What you can find in popular literature might be what actually people like. If you study popular culture or popular literature, you might be able to know what people around you are actually interested in. Just an example. Back in the year 2000, back in the 2000 era, after 9/11 in the United States, we had so many movies, so many crime fiction, so many detective novels that included anything related to the Middle East and Islam in their stories. Now, it might not be able to tell us exactly what Arab people is, what Islam is, But it can tell us that people in the United States in the year 2000 and after that are really interested in knowing more about the Middle East or about Islam because of their curiosity. So that concludes our second video here. In short, I would say that our appreciation of popular literature is inseparable from the evolution of the definition of culture, from one that is about only grandeur or the highest achievement of a civilization to another which is also about the ordinary things that we do on daily basis. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll give you the questions here. Bye.